Hey everyone, just to let you know, one of my most favorite games of all time happens to be the Super Smash Bros. Series. And a few weeks ago, there were some very interesting announcements for the upcoming Smash Bros. For Wii U. One of them being the announcement of Pac-Man as a playable character. But what's interesting about Pac-Man is that he doesn't just represent the Pac-Man series, but there are also references to other old Namco games, the same company that owns the Pac-Man franchise, which happens to be the same company working on the new Smash Brothers. But many of these games came out before most of us were even born, which means a lot of people, even gamers, tend to not recognize many of these characters that Pac-Man himself can summon during gameplay. So I thought it would be a good idea to show people where these references are coming from. So we're going to do a two-part episode that takes a look at some Namco Classics. These, however, will not be the original arcade versions of these games, but instead we'll be taking a look at the NES versions. And while we're at it, I'd say this is also a good opportunity to take a look at the original Pac-Man. Enjoy! Hello and welcome to GameComm. We're going to take a look at Dig Dug. And I also have some people with me. Let's start from the right.
Hi, I'm Camilla.
I'm Daniel.
Ironically enough, I'm Doug.
Yeah.
I've also, ironically enough, never played this game, so I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I think it's good for people to take a look at this game because it's one of those classics that have been around for a long time and just never seems to die. Especially considering its controversial imagery.
Yes. May I say it, Chris?
Go ahead.
Yes, the controversial imagery of death by bicycle pump.
It's really gruesome if you think about it because it's like, I don't know, it's very cartoony and very cutesy, so it doesn't seem that bad, but if you just look at it and realize you're actually pumping up creatures and they're exploding.
That is quite scary.
Look at that! His stomach just exploded.
So wait, hold on. What is actually? Is there like a background story to this? Is there?
You know what?
No, really.
There really isn't a story. We can assume you're the good guy, but
you look like a Smurf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
An angry cyclist Smurf.
So are you
Like
just
this, man.
pest control? You know, someone's garden is infested with dragons and
I
don't know what the
assume that's it, but then again, you got these sort of these Bomberman knockoffs running around in caves, and I don't know what that's supposed to be. I mean, these guys with goggles. I mean,
Yeah.
here's a nice gruesome way of killing creatures.
Those kind of look like minions. You know, those things with the goggles.
Oh, with the goggles, yeah.
You mean minions from Despicable
From
Me?
Yes.
Despicable Me, yeah.
Is that a pickle he just picked up?
Yeah, that's
This game makes no sense.
That's the case with a lot of these old games.
It's Japanese.
It's offensive, Chris.
Actually, this game is really annoying because sometimes they'll have two guys right on top of each other. So you won't be able to see the second one when you're pumping up the first one. And that's how I'm actually going to die a few times because of that.
But I like this the sedimentary layers, that green sedimentary
yes.
layer.
What was that? Grass
What is
underneath
that?
your gravel.
Or it's sewage pipe or something.
It was probably post-apocalyptic then. I mean, after volcano has
Radiation.
erupted, and so there's stuff just on top of the grass there.
Oh, is that what you're talking
And
about?
that's why, that's why there's. I mean, what is this? The abominations. Really?
And it looks
Oh,
like,
and look, what is zucchini?
Or was that an eggplant?
Yeah, it was an eggplant. It was,
and the flowers are growing nicely in the gravel there, don't you think?
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I've seen flowers growing gravel.
Yeah, in blue gravel, whatever
maybe
that's supposed to be.
weeds.
I mean, what happened? Why did they suddenly become ghosts? And some of them, I mean, like that one at the top, it looks like he becomes a controller when he's.
And the other one,
Things.
and the other one looks like a vegetable. Oh, at least a vegetable.
It's like a
might
creepy
be.
face, I guess, but.
A creepy face, yeah. I love this game. Is all like, and notice how the music only plays when you're walking.
Oh yes. It's the
Oh, that's
music
cool.
of death.
Death.
What?
So if you hear that music,
Yeah.
you know death is coming.
Yes. It's the end of their lives.
Imminent sound of your bicycle pump exploding. I don't know.
Oh, I just noticed now that the flowers are moving. I guess that tells you what level you're on or something.
Oh yeah, that's the
Flowers.
level.
The flowers grown in air.
Yeah, it's one of these games that doesn't have an end. So the furthest I've ever gotten was like, eventually a bunch of small flowers are going to turn into one big flower that represents 10 stages,
10.
I think.
Yeah.
Let's see, which one's the next one? Yeah, so I got up to like one large flower and 5 small flowers, and that's the furthest I've ever gotten, because this game becomes really difficult. That's because there's no ending. You see, I mean, they could just gang up on you.
So what happens in the 2 player? Is that just co-op?
No, it should be co-op, but no, it's just take turns. It's lame.
Ah, okay. I suppose back in what, the 80s, early 80s, multiplayer was a bit more difficult to do.
Yeah.
You know, it is. There actually have been some co-op multiplayer games as early as the late 70s.
That guy just ran away.
Yeah.
No, he ran away. Okay, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, they're gonna run away when you only have one monster left.
Guys, this somehow reminds me of Minecraft.
Oh,
I think
wow.
everything reminds you of Minecraft. Because actually, it's more like Terraria.
No,
Yeah,
Minecraft.
yeah, Terraria. Is it Terraria?
And Terraria? I'm not sure.
I have no idea what just killed me.
He had like flame breath because suddenly they can breathe fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You got dragons and minions.
Well, that's Dig Dug.
Awesome.
Weird game.
Oh, Pac-Man, that's a classic.
Yeah. The Pac-Man,
It looks so 80s.
the most famous.
If anything could look 80s, it's Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I like to call these line of games as the black background games. You know, like they always have black backgrounds with some basic
Yes.
sprites in the foreground.
Don't you think in Wreck-It Ralph it was like how appropriate was it to have one of the first big references in that movie be Pac-Man when they were all having their meeting in the beginning?
Oh yes,
Yes.
it was the.
And then, one of those jellyfish things just went.
Apparently, they're supposed to be
Turbo.
ghosts.
Ghosts.
Ghosts, yeah.
Of course they're ghosts. What do you mean jellyfish things? Those are clearly ghosts.
Well,
Clearly.
I never knew you could get red ghosts and orange ghosts and blue ghosts. So
Well, have you ever seen a ghost?
Have you seen it?
Exactly.
No, seriously, they look like jubes to me. I thought they just were like.
Because ghosts do look like jubes.
If Dash and Will, he'd love Pac-Man.
Well, the thing is that to be honest, that's probably the premise. Pac-Man thinks they're jujubes. That's why he eats them.
Oh no, but only sometimes. Otherwise, they're...
I don't know if everyone knows what jubes are.
I know what jujubes are.
Just hold on. Because this is YouTube and the internet, just post a comment saying if you know what a jube is. If you don't know what it is, we'll tell you. And
Yes.
Yeah, we actually will.
Gummy sweets.
We will tell you,
Sugar.
or we'll just give you a link to a Wikipedia page or something.
Strawberry.
Now, strawberries, I always try to ignore those things because I mean
like a
they're just for points, I guess. But
Dice.
Yeah, they're tempting. Those fruits.
all right, here's something that actually kind of sucks about the European and American version of Pac-Man. They renamed these characters. Yes, they actually do have names.
Oh, really?
They named them Pinky or I don't remember.
Or Bluey, or Reddy, or...
Original.
Yeah,
But in the original Japanese version, their names gave you a hint as to their personality, meaning that
they have
if
personality.
people if each ghost has a different strategy of trying to corner Pac-Man, and if
Yes.
people knew their original names, they would have been able to figure out that each of these ghosts have different personalities. The red one always tries to chase after you. The blue one always tries to go around from a different corner.
Awesome.
Wow.
And
So that's interesting because so when they created the game, they gave, I guess, the AI, different AI for each.
different personalities.
Yes.
That's really cool. I thought it was just this standard,
Yeah,
each of them.
They all got the same.
Yeah, but
personality.
unfortunately, I think it's Tengen or Midway when they released this in the arcades.
That's close.
When they released this game in the arcades, they didn't get the names, so they changed the names, and as a result, a lot of people did not know about these traits that these ghosts had. So it's kind of a sad thing back when this game was really popular.
So seeing as though we just had some pizza,
Yeah, we
Maybe
just,
Chris, you could explain how Pac-Man relates to pizza?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Pac-Man looks like a pizza with a slice cut out, which is
vicious pizza.
wow,
Close.
that was very close. But apparently in Japan, it's based on a Japanese character, which is sort of looks like Pac-Man, which I don't really get because it's square, not round. So
I see.
I don't know. As you can see, it gets faster. I'm gonna die
If
soon.
if you ask me, he actually looks like a fortune cookie. Don't you think? Do you know?
Yeah, he does.
He does
The
look
most
like a fortune.
perfect fortune cookie in the entire world. I mean,
Except you don't eat the fortune
Very
cookie.
flexible.
The fortune cookie eats you.
what was
Yeah,
the-
imagine.
Got cornered.
Wow. Yeah, imagine opening up your fortune cookie and then it starts.
Instead of in
Yeah.
Soviet Russia, it's in what, feudal Japan.
Well, Japanese are weird, but that's probably the genius of these games because technology back then was so limited that they got really creative with.
Only the Japanese would give such small little AIs backstory. Really,
Yeah.
I think it's clever.
that's amazing. It's fantastic.
Although at the same time, you didn't really know about the backstories because the arcades and the video game systems didn't have enough memory
To tell you about
to
it.
tell you the story.
That's why you'd always read like the manual before. I mean, even with the games in the 90s,
Missed it.
you'd always get those the manuals that gave you like the backstory for all the characters.
And that's why manuals
Oh,
were
that's
important.
true.
That's
Oh,
why
yes,
manuals
yes,
were
you're right.
important back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Otherwise, you
days.
had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. You'd
Well-
have like long histories or whatever.
Well, I never had the original copy of Pac-Man. I had a bootleg version, as with most South Africans. So I did not have the manual. One life.
Okay, let's see how far you get now.
I doubt it because the guys. You see, the thing that annoys me about
Guys are stuck. Oh, there.
the later levels is that the
Sure.
every time you pick up a large, what is it, a super pill or whatever it's called, they last for a couple seconds and they're already blinking and that's it. Then they're back to their old selves again.
Yeah.
So it makes it really, really difficult.
Yeah, it does. No, sorry. Remind me what those fruits are on the side there.
I think that's levels or bonus.
It just
or
gives you
something.
bonus points. It's
Yeah.
just like when you eat the ghosts.
Oh.
Oh, I see. So just
Poor play.
There was actually a really funny video of this a ghost runs into Pac-Man and it's sort of realistic, and when he unfolds himself, it's really gruesome. He's like, ah, and these bones are breaking, and no.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, anyways, that's Pac-Man, and we're gonna do one more part after this.